cream, jerk chicken, roast fish and corn, over them we gone.
We solid.
CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions. Call and place your order at 914-863-0188 or 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. Check out our menu. We have curry goat, curry chicken, fried chicken, brown stew chicken, jerk and stew pork, stew peas, oxtail, brown stew fish, $12 and upwards. Goes by order. Steamed fish, $12 and upwards. Also goes by order. Steamed vegetables. All meals come with white rice or rice and peas with vegetable. Check out the soup menu. We have chicken soup, red pea soup, seafood soup, goat head soup at CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions. Big up the top chef Conroy and his wife. Big up the two grill masters, Courtney and Ron. So remember to check out CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. Have you ever experienced a bad workmanship? Someone who work at your house and you're not satisfied, but you can't find good help? Well, look no further. Quicklink Construction is a licensed general construction company that's fully insured for the 5 boroughs and Westchester. A one-stop construction company that will cater to your needs. Experience is what counts in this business, and we have the experience for more than 35 years. So if you need a paint job, call us. If the roof is talking to you, call us. If your garage won't open, call us. If you need a new paint job, call us. If you try to do the work yourself and your wife won't talk to you, call us. 914-665-0106. Quicklink Construction. No job too big, no job too small. Just call us. 914-665-0106. 914-665-0106. We have the experience. Quicklink Construction.
And I know.
Pass me a flask, let me tell the things them. People never know the rum talk and me a sing them. Ali Brand the rum boss I represent. Remember Dilsham, Butchers Wine and Spirit Inc. Of all of the alcoholic beverages you need. From a pink to a anchor. Moscato, Merlot, Hennessy, Douce, Tiger Bone, Ginseng, Rare Nephew Rum, Appleton, Myers Rum, Stone Ginger Wine, Red Label, Taylor Port, Fairbanks, Mount Gay, Sangster, Rum Bar, Jamaica Brandy, Syrah, Grey Goose, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker and more. You're drinking or joking, open hours. Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Address 104 South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. It makes sense to save you dollars. Contact 914-699-7267. Email us at
DutchessWineXpert@gmail.com.
I must be 21 and over to drink. 40 minimum delivery. Drink responsibly.
Plead my cause, oh Jah. I don't know Junex I represent for Linkage Radio. 104.5 FM. I deaf them.
Come rave with us.
You are hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nearwood Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Well, I'm ready. 18 minutes after 5 o'clock. Good afternoon to you, and you. Welcome to the show, The Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. What is your name? How much does your name mean to you? It is March 1, can you believe it? And we're in Women's Month. So much to do in this month. And I'm starting it off at 5:30 p.m. Guess what? I have a brief segment for you, interview segment. Yes, I do. Welcome to the show, everybody. You're joining me for the very first time. Hello to you. My name is Denise. And this is a show that is called Inside the Zone with Lady D. Inside the Zone is a community platform where information is guaranteed. And, of course, this afternoon's segment is the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Hello to you. Hashtag ITZ Radio. Hashtag keeping you in the know. Hashtag community live. And a whole lot going on a Monday. I will be here with you until 7 p.m. this evening, as always on a Monday, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Share my link, those of you who are on the YouTube channel, to Inside the Zone with Lady D. And catch us live here on Linkage Radio, 104.5, 101.7 FM. Don't forget to call us 914-600-4228. What is going on in your area? What's going on at home? How are your children? What exciting happened for you over the weekend? Did you do something phenomenal that you're just bubbling all over? Everybody's saying, what happened to you? What happened to you? Something exciting happened to you, didn't it? Yeah, and you're just basking in that. Just want to remind you, as always, on a Monday, hello everybody. On a Monday, I bring you the Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here. And of course, This is my Artist Monday. So my featured artist today is Christopher Martin. Did I tell you I love Christopher Martin? I do. So it's my artist feature today being Monday in the Monday Drive. So I have selections strictly about Christopher. And of course, my voices this afternoon, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking, coming up at 5:30 p.m. Raven Amani and Mission Driven Band will make their big stage debut on the return of the internationally renowned Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival, scheduled for March 4 to 6 in the year 2021. The band was among several bands who participated in the Band Quest contest held by organizers to give upcoming acts an opportunity to showcase their talent by earning a chance to perform on the event through fans who voted for them. And you'll be hearing Raven's voice at 5:30 p.m. today. And I've had so many discussions in the past with Raven, and today is no exception. Then, of course, I do have a Jamaica ting, a dat me say, Patois versus English. When asking about the Jamaican language, many persons are referring to Jamaican Patois, an English lexified Creole language spoken by the majority of Jamaicans locally or internationally. So I have some scoop on that for you. And of course, I take you into keeping you in the know at 6 p.m. alongside Chris Wilby of Caribbean Vibes Radio, with our segment Keeping You in the Know with news happenings and facts. And right after Keeping You in the Know, Community Life, real stories of people's experiences, culture, issues, and concerns as we see them. Here is our question this afternoon. Are judges in Jamaica too lenient in sentencing alleged offenders of the law? Let me repeat that for you again. Are judges in Jamaica too lenient in sentencing alleged offenders of the law? What do you think? We're going to be talking about that until 7 o'clock. It's now time for me to start off the show with the Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here. And again, it is my Artist Monday, and I'm featuring Christopher Martin. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, everyone. It is the Monday Drive.
What the vibes tonight, all vibes all night. Vibes all night, cause I'm alright. Vibes all night, with the girls alright, alright, alright. We are all vibes tonight, vibes all night. Vibes tonight, all vibes all night. From the girls alright to all vibes all night, all night, all night. Mm-hmm. Rock me, rock me, rock me, baby. Rock me out here on the floor.
Let me say a very quick hello to you. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello.
Ooh, the vibe is nice and the place full of ladies. The smell of perfume fills the air. The mood is right. Come hold me tight, girl. Let's dance romance while we still have the chance.
Let me say good afternoon to you. Hello.
Rock me out here on the floor. Here for you alone. Rock me, rock me.
Well, we gonna sing us some Jamaican song. Jamaican song.
Rock me till I want no more. Now every queen feel all a king and just go do them own a thing. And yes, and night we just a swing and I move to the rhythm. From Kingston, Jamaica to London, down to Berlin. It don't matter where you live in. And the good vibes you bring in. And when you listen to the reggae one drop, drop. Or you want somebody sweet lovers rock, rock. And if you know of a partner, you get knock, knock. Mr. Selector, could you take it from the top? Let him continue to rock me, rock me, rock me, baby. I know you want it, girl. Rock me out here on the floor. I won't fall asleep. Rock me,
Good afternoon. Hello. Hello.
Till I want no more. Till I want some more. I tell you for sure I want
Good afternoon.
me, baby. 'Cause I won't fall asleep in your arms. Rock me out here on the floor. I will keep rock me, baby. Oh, love it when you rock me, girl. Rock me till I want no more. Till I rock me, baby. I want you to rock me, baby. Rock me out here on the floor. Rock me, baby. Rock me till I want no more.
You love a Chris Martini?
Chimney from a little under country, me know me did I go far. Enough people look and never see nothing but me see a star. See me name in bright lights and face in cinemas. Them used to say my chest high, but look at me now, in full control. Before in a push start, press gas go. Designer clothes and shoes like wow. And I hype me just to show you how me grow. Remember up a country when I did a climb tree. I forgot river come I couldn't go beach. Only time I come a town I must sit on a church tree. Pardon carry me go here.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good afternoon.
This is Andy King reaching out to In the Zone.
Oh, how are you, Councilman?
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
I love the jamming out that you got going on, and you're having your Monday rhythms and blues and rhythms. I love it. So I just want to say thank you and happy birthday to my granddaughter who's celebrating her 12th birthday today.
All right,
So-
happy birthday to Grandy, Caitlin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And I will be responding to, I started composing a text to you today, but I will officially send you a note.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. And we're looking forward to everybody tuning in on Friday too, or the 3/5 Clause conversation, and you as well. So
Of course.
be ready.
Thank you. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'll enjoy the show.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Lifestyle, big. Man, I do it big. From a little bit of someone want live chimney.
Hello?
Put my mind.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am hearing you.
I'm hearing you. Yes, thank you.
All right, no
All
problem.
right. Bye-bye.
Anyway, you see me as you see me, this enough to say, man, big.
29 minutes after 5 o'clock. Coming up is Voices. That's the segment. The intellectual voice that has everyone talking.
Big. Lifestyle, big. Man, I do it big. So big.
Raven Amani out of Jamaica. She'll be my guest.
Someone live. Someone live. Yeah. Someone live. Man, I feel live big. Already so big. Real big. Tell us someone big, but tell a man big.
Yes, it's the Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Raven here.
Raven, how you doing? Straight from Yard, Raven.
Yes, I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good, and I'm feeling excited for you. Oh my.
Yes.
You've been doing so many good things in Jamaica alongside your mission-driven band. And now you are going to be making your big stage debut on the return of the
Right.
internationally renowned Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival.
That's
And
right.
that's coming up March 4. So that's what, 3 days away?
3 days, this 3 days, right? 4 days. 3 days?
Yes, today's
3
the first.
days.
Mhm.
Thursday.
Absolutely. Happy for you and your band. Congratulations. Ladies and
Thank you so
gentlemen,
much.
of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the segment Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. My guest, Raven Amani, and they will be appearing on the Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival. And I just wanted to tap in. The moment I saw that you posted your promotional flyer, I said, I need to talk to Raven again because it's not the first time that your voice is appearing on my radio program. Ladies and gentlemen, Raven is smart, she's talented, gifted, along with her young band members who are aspiring musicians heading for greatness in Jamaica and the world at large. Tell us about what's been going on and now that you're going to be making your appearance. Bring everybody in the know.
Okay, so in 2015, I formed my band, Mission Driven. My son, who is now 16 years old, when he was just a baby, he said, Mommy, I want to be a part of a big people band.
Right.
You know, he was always having that inclination. The teachers were saying he was beating on the desk, he was disrupting the classes. When he wasn't using the pencils, when they took away his pencils, he used his hand to be knocking on the desk and stuff. So I said, I think he's a musician.
Right.
So we gave him a djembe and a small toy keyboard. And he taught himself, and he's been musically inclined ever since. So when he said, Mommy, I want to be a part of a big people band, I said, okay. I'm doing a school band competition. I'm a recording artist, so why not form a band?
After all.
Right. So in 2015, I spoke to the music teacher from Pembroke Hall High. He was interested. And so it's been him, my son, myself. The bass player and our drummer is from Edna Manley College. The saxophonist and trombonist are past students of Alpha Boys. And that's the band.
Wonderful. And you have been doing tremendous work in Jamaica. Now, the road leading up to this big debut that you are going to be appearing at the Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival. I know you hit highs and lows. For those who've never heard about you, you've given them a brief synopsis, but you have done other things in Jamaica.
Right. Of course, in 2020 would have been our 7th season of the school band competition, of the Jamaica's Best School Band competition. And of course, that's the all-island inter-high school stage band competition. We would have we had 15 schools signed up last year to enter. We had the launch and everything. The Ministry of Entertainment, Gender and Sports came on board. We had Chase on board, and we were getting ready for a big season when COVID hit, and we had to postpone.
Right, so that changed.
And then subsequently had to cancel.
So tell me now, what are the expectations for your performing at the Jazz and Blues?
Of course, Jazz and Blues is next level. I mean, I was a patron for many years, and seeing all the big international stars on the stage and just really loving their performance. Everybody who does Jazz and Blues go all out, and so we did that too. I mean, we've been rehearsing, we've rehearsed, and so we're you can expect a very powerful performance. Let's just put it at that. Yeah.
Yes, because of course, you are making your name. You have made a name in Jamaica, and this is an international stage, and you'll be
Right.
even more visible to
Right.
overseas producers and all recording artists and so on. You never know where it will take you.
Right. And we're very, very much aware and cognizant of that fact. And so the band is excited, and so am I. So we've really been pulling out all the stops to make sure we give up our best.
And I commend you for that because, every now and again we find ourselves in a place of complacency. We are doing what we're doing and we're getting by and doing well at it. But at some point, I was saying to a friend today that, we have to reevaluate and, really assess, where am I? What are my long-term goals, objectives, etc. once I'm a business owner or I have a platform? Where am I going? And I'm sure you have
And
done
not only
that.
that, we have a team. For me, these young musicians, they are looking to do big things in the music industry as well, and so
You
I
have
want to be that anchor for them.
Yes, you have to think about that as well. So at what
Right,
time will
because-
you be appearing on stage?
Okay, I know that the stream will be starting at 7:30.
So you'll be
The-
making your
so I don't-
appearance on the 4th?
So I'll be making my appearance on the 4th. Yes. Yes, it's 4 to 6. So the 4th is night 1. So we are on night 1.
You're on night 1. All right, so I want you to
And-
blow up night 1.
Right.
Yes?
Yeah, man. Just check it out. And I must note also that there's also the 8 band who was in the school band competition in 2017. They were they were finalists in the competition. They were Jamaica College's band, and now they are making their big stage debut as well.
See? So, things are happening, man. Things are happening. But I would like to really commend you, and I want you, again, to blow up night 1. Why? Because people will walk away and saying, my God, they should have put her the second day or the band the last day, because you are worthy of it. That's what I'm anticipating for you. So, again, congratulations. Your band is progressing and you're making your name and you have so much to offer. And my love to your son and your band members. And go rock it, Raven Amani and Mission Band.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right.
Shout out to all your listeners.
Yes.
Mr. Denton Lloyd, big up. Big up the whole New York massive. Everyone tuned in.
All right.
Keep
my
it locked.
dear.
Inside the zone.
Thank you with Lady D, Denise Gomez. All right, Raven. Blessings, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Blessings. Nice hearing you again.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. All right.
All right.
That's the voice of Raven Amani out of Jamaica. And this coming Thursday, her band, Mission Driven Band, that's the name of the band, will be making their big stage debut on the return of the internationally renowned Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival, scheduled for March 4 through 6, 2021. The band was among several bands who participated in the Band Quest contest held by organizers to give upcoming acts an opportunity to opportunity to showcase their talent by earning a chance to perform on the event through fans who voted for them. So the fans voted, and now they're going to be making their debut on Thursday. And, those of you who are in the know and you follow jazz the Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival. I'm sure you're going to be seeing them. And you can say, oh, that's the group that Lady D was talking about, Mission Driven Band. So again, congratulations. 541, welcome if you're just joining me. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu. 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Simply the best Jamaican food.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just joining me, welcome to the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. I am a Jamaican. Yes, I was born in Kingston and raised in Clarendon, Jamaica. And I loved every moment of my time growing up in Penance in Clarendon. Hello to all those from across the rural parishes of Jamaica. And of course, if you are from across the Caribbean, hello. You are residing here in the United States. I'd like to say hi to you. And across the world, wherever my voice is reaching you today. I am so happy that you're hearing me. You're perhaps hearing me for the very first time. Welcome to Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, and signradio.net. Hello, hello, hello. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. Want to say hi to Pat, to Gloria. Now, this is all by memory. Don't beat me if I miss, but I just want to see how good I'm at this thing here. To Pat, to Gloria, to Arlene, to Yam Lady, to Eddie, to Hortense. Last time she almost had my neck because I forgot her name. To Hortense, to Tafari, to some of those guys, to Norms. Norms, who is in love with Beres. As a matter of fact, last evening I was watching the concert that had over 15,000 people tuned in to Beres Hammond live in concert, and it was awesome. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. How are you?
Good evening, Lady D.
Oh, you heard your name, did you not?
Hello?
You heard your name?
What is my name?
I don't know.
No, it's the first time I'm calling you. It's the first time I'm calling you.
It's the first time you're calling me?
Yeah.
What? Well, I say welcome, my first timer. Who am I talking to?
Daisy.
Oh, go away, Daisy. You don't have... Daisy! See, I even leave your name off the list. Go away, Daisy. How you doing?
I am blessed, Lady D.
I don't hear you this long time. What happened to you?
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm still listening to you and Sister Pat and everyone.
Okay, so you turn a silent listener on this end.
Yeah, you know, hear me. I tell you, say the first time I'm calling.
But it's really the first time, for real. It's so good to hear you. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Same to you, darling. Just like how I called Mr. Anson on Friday.
Mm-hmm. And you...
Mr. Anson said... I tell Mr. Anson the first time I called him, though, but I listen to him all the time.
Okay. It's so good to hear you, my Daisy. You're still looking young. Oh, she laughed. She can't even answer me. I guess she get younger. You get younger?
Yeah, man, I get younger. Oh, you mean, Lady D?
We're vying for the prize.
I tell you.
Of ageless
wine. Bless evening now, Lady D.
Yes, my love. Take it easy, too.
And better love.
Right. All right, take care, Daisy.
You too, Lady.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that's Daisy, one of my long timers. See, I all forget Daisy off the list, and she called, but she's first timer. Hello to those of you who are on the YouTube channel. Good afternoon to you. Don't forget to call at 6 p.m. We're going to be talking about at 6 o'clock. Let me remind you. Are judges in Jamaica too lenient in sentencing alleged offenders of the law? There's some just slap on the wrist. And we're also going to be discussing about what exactly judges look at in their assessment when they have to hand down judgments, convictions. What are your thoughts on that? We'll be talking of that. And also the Jasmine Dean story that Nationwide recently did this past weekend that had everybody either in tears or some something. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, lady.
Hello, my yam lady. What's doing?
How are you doing?
I'm well.
Okay. I'm Hortense.
Lord of mercy, I'm not listening right. My Hortense, did you hear your name?
No, I did not hear my name.
Okay, I called your name.
I heard you talking about how was your weekend. Oh, my week, bubbling.
Kuya, what you did, so?
I went to Florida.
In the COVID? Huh. Okay, nice. You had a good time?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm going to my night swim.
I beg your pardon. You did what?
Swim. I can't sit. I just sit on the hot water beat me, bubbling.
Lord, sir. Sure. I envy you. I'm happy for you. You got a chance to go unwind. That's nice. It's nice, Hortense.
Yes. And it was my granddaughter's birthday.
Oh.
Saturday.
Okay. Happy belated.
See from Friday. The whole family.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear you.
And you drive down.
You drove down? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And you had on your mask while you were on the beach? I hope so.
No beach. It's a private place where they call, like our people. They rent.
Okay.
Like
okay. All right. Yes. So you weren't around a lot of people.
No. Only family.
All right. I appreciate you. So guess what now you know? Remember, at 6 o'clock is news, and then after that is community life. And we're going to be talking about judges in Jamaica who are too lenient in their sentencing for these, so you just kindly call me back then. Okay?
All right, Mom.
All right, ma'am. Take it easy.
Okay.
All right, that's my Hortense for you. Welcome, everyone. It's now time for a Jamaica ting. That me say, patois versus English. Are you ready? Take a journey with me, those of you who are straight from yard.
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow. A magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae so profound. And when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down.
On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun.
A great nation, Bob Marley said, welcome everyone
to Jamaica. Sweet Jamaica. You hear me singing in the background? Yeah, I can hold a note. Hello. 10 minutes to 6 o'clock at 6 p.m. It's keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. Good afternoon. Thanks to those of you who have been calling in so far. Even Daisy let me had a fluttering heart. Hadn't heard Daisy in a while. Hey, Daisy. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. 10 minutes to 6 o'clock. Let's talk a little bit, okay? When asking about the Jamaican language, Many persons are referring to Jamaican Patois, an English lexified Creole language spoken by the majority of Jamaicans locally or internationally. What is Jamaican Patois? What is it? Jamaican Patois or Creole is a combination of an English-based Creole language and West African-based languages. Jamaican Creole came into existence as a medium for the slaves and their masters to communicate. The dialect was developed during the 17th century to facilitate the seasoning method, which was the process by which slaves were forced to discard their cultural identity, including their mother tongue. Hence, Jamaican Patois was developed as the main form of communication on the slave plantation. Jamaican Patois is unique to the island of Jamaica. However, it is spoken in the Jamaican diaspora as well, which include Miami, New York, Nottingham, Birmingham, and London. Difference between Jamaican Patois and Jamaican English. Let's hear. Jamaican Patois is not to be confused with Jamaican Standard English, as there are several features which differentiate Jamaican Patois from Jamaican Standard English. Jamaican Patois is widely spoken in Jamaica, and as such, over 90% of the population speaks Jamaican Patois, though it is not the official language. On the contrary, Jamaican Standard English is the official language of Jamaica. Nevertheless, Standard Jamaican English is not spoken as widely as Jamaican Creole. In addition, Standard Jamaican English has written and a spoken form, while Jamaican Patois is mostly spoken. Several persons have made claim that Jamaican Patois does not have a standardized writing system. I write Patois, and the way I write it, somebody else might not write it the same way. However, Frederick Cassidy developed a writing system for Jamaican Patois. Although there are different variations of the language. For instance, Jamaican Patois spoken in Kingston may be slightly different from that which is spoken in rural St. Elizabeth. Therefore, while a person in Kingston would say, "When I go to town," while a person in rural St. Elizabeth would say, me ben where they go a town. Though the expressions are different, they convey similar meaning. Despite the variations, most reggae and dancehall music are comprised in Jamaican Creole rather than Standard Jamaican English. Jamaica Patois versus Jamaican slang. Jamaican slangs are expressions which are normally spoken in Jamaican Patois. Unlike Jamaican Creole, Jamaican slang changes on a regular basis. As new words are created, other words become redundant. Current Jamaican slangs include deadings, shelling, slapway. On the other hand, the Jamaican Patois words are continuously a part of the Jamaican Patois vocabulary. Despite the negative views toward Jamaican Creole, it is popular and tourists enjoy the language as a result of the humorous tone. I'm sorry for the laughter. Oh, well. Okay, so I do apologize for that. Okay. Where did I stop? Okay. Louise Bennett Coverley was proud of the Jamaican Patois language. Consequently, Bennett Coverley contributed to the popularity of the Jamaican Patois on an international level. Jamaican Patois is given more respect since several persons have advocated for Jamaican Creole to be taught in schools. Nevertheless, students are not allowed to use Jamaican Patois in the classroom at the secondary and tertiary level. Thus, it is fair to assume that almost all Jamaicans are exposed to Jamaican Creole. Conversely, not all Jamaicans speak Patois, especially those who are from the upper social class. Non-Jamaicans tend to show more respect to the dialect as a language than Jamaicans do. In addition, reggae and dancehall music also contribute to the popularity of the Jamaican patois, being that Jamaican music is popular in countries such as Japan and Germany. So much more to give you about that, but that's where I have to stop right now. But I want to say hello to everyone. What do you like to speak, patois or English?
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae is so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just
That was another feature of my A Jamaica Ting, a dat me say. 4 minutes and counting to 6 o'clock. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. You're just joining the show. You've missed out on just a little bit, but there's more to come. We have... Oh, I do apologize. We do have time, okay? The show ends at 7, and our discussion segment is coming up with the news and community life. We are talking in community life about stuff, stuff, because headlines have been coming out of Jamaica, and some of them, not all that, but you know how we roll, don't you? We have to do what we have to do to get things going and to make our voices heard. Agreed? I'm sure you agree with me. So welcome to those of you who are just joining me. It's the Monday Drive today, as you know, keeping you in the know. In the city you walk, drive, and reside. And I did tell you that it is my Artist Monday. Christopher Martin is my artist. Ever heard of it?
Man can't believe the man come take shortcut and come broke down the car.
I just love these people. I just love these people. They just express themselves. Hello. Like it or not, you just have to get with the program here. So welcome, everybody. It's a good day.
Don't matter about nobody, no man, no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell if you're white or black like tar, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on the one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. I'm a big tell you, yeah, we're kinda important. Okay, for real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. Believe me, my friends are some big deals. Okay, very, very, very important. For very, for real. Hold on. Yo, Biggs, you know them? See, I want to get to that party.
You don't know me, dog? Pine? I'm a big deal.
It's like you have the Prime Minister, and then you have way. That's the order in a few country. Yes, that's the status of the hierarchy. Ask anybody about it. 4.0 and the great point average, and we never cheat.
1 minute to keeping you in the know with news happenings and facts.
Just walk out, but some blank and say I'm a big deal. Very big deal. I'm a big
Welcome, my Pat. I missed you, didn't see you, but here you are.
For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals. Very big deal. Very, very, very important. For very now. For real. This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about self-worth. So big up your chest and stand proud, and don't matter about nobody, no man, no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell if you're white or black like tar, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on the one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals.
Yeah, it's my Artist Monday. That's the voice of Christopher Martin here on Inside the Zone with Lady D, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. Those of you who are on the YouTube channel, I invite you to share the link with someone and say, hey, Lady D's on with keeping you in the know with news happenings and facts, and let's get the conversation started. As always, on a Monday afternoon, I feature news headlines and discussions about our community, whether it's community locally or internationally. And so far, it has been going well. Community life. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know. Keeping You in the Know is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. We begin this... Well. Good afternoon to you.
Madame Lady D. Denise Gomez. Good afternoon.
Sir Chris Welby of Caribbean Vibes Radio. Good afternoon. Perfect timing, Chris. I just played our intro and I am about to read the first headline. How are you?
I am doing fine. I am hanging in there. Beautiful, beautiful day here on Cape Cod. So,
Chris, Mr. Wilby, make up your mind. You say you're fine and then you're hanging. Which one is it?
And then I'm hanging?
You're hanging in there. You're fine or you're hanging in there? Which?
Oh. I didn't know that they mean two different things.
Right. So figure it out here quickly, please.
I am fantastic.
Thank you. And we'll leave it there.
All right.
All righty. So I'm about to present the first headline of the afternoon, which is from our local news segment. In the depths of the early COVID-19 crisis last year, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo soared to national prominence as he became a daily fixture on television, providing a calm, steady recitation of the facts that endeared him to many Americans who were terrified of the deadly new virus ravaging their cities and overwhelming their hospitals. Now, a year later, the Democratic governor is engulfed in multiple controversies that have threatened his political survival and raised serious questions about his judgment at a time when he might otherwise have been on a glide path to a fourth term in the 2022 election. Just a few years after the Me Too movement put a glaring spotlight on the entrenched pattern of sexual misconduct by men in powerful positions, Cuomo is facing sexual harassment allegations from two female former aides who described an unsettling power dynamic in his office that they say are determined to call attention to. Cuomo's office at first said it had requested an independent review into the matter and had tapped a former federal judge to lead the effort. But after criticism from Democratic lawmakers about that approach and an extended back and forth over how the probe should be conducted, Cuomo's office said Sunday it was referring the matter to the New York Attorney General, who has indicated she will appoint an independent investigator. In a statement Sunday evening, nearly 24 hours after the second sexual harassment allegation broke, Cuomo said that he now realizes that what he perceived as playful banter in the office could have been misinterpreted as an unwanted flirtation. The sexual harassment allegations come as Cuomo's administration is embroiled in a controversy over the State Department of Health's alleged underreporting of COVID-19 nursing home debts and the administration's delay in providing data about those debts to state lawmakers. The FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn are examining the handling of the data. Some state lawmakers have accused Cuomo of a cover-up and have said they are considering repealing the governor's emergency powers. Lawmakers are also asking whether more deaths in New York's long-term care facilities could have been prevented. The new sexual harassment allegation emerged Saturday evening in an article in the New York Times. Charlotte Bennett, a 25-year-old former executive assistant and health policy advisor to Cuomo, told the newspaper that during one of several uncomfortable encounters, Cuomo asked her questions about her sex life during a conversation in his state capitol office and said he was open to relationships with women in their 20s.
The Justice Department has charged a Texas man who was allegedly caught on video attacking a dozen police officers with a chemical spray during the Capitol insurrection, according to court records. Federal prosecutors say Daniel Caldwell, 49, used a chemical spray against a line of officers that were blocking rioters from entering the Capitol. It happened amid a massive melee with police, who used batons and pepper spray to fend off the crowd, according to footage of the incident that was cited in court filings. Hours after the riot, Caldwell spoke about the incident in a video that was posted to the far-right social media site Parler, according to prosecutors. The clip was among hundreds of videos later published by ProPublica. They sprayed us with pepper spray, kept spraying. I was like, dude, do it again and we spray you back. And he did, and I sprayed back. Got like 15 of them, Caldwell said in the video. He has been charged with 4 crimes: assaulting federal officers, obstructing law enforcement, knowingly entering a restricted building, and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds. An attorney isn't listed for Caldwell in the public court docket, and he hasn't had a chance to enter a plea. A message sent on Saturday to Caldwell's LinkedIn profile wasn't answered. The use of chemical sprays has been a major focus of the investigation into the death of U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. CNN reported that prosecutors believe he was attacked with beer spray, which contributed to his death 1 day later. There is no known connection in court documents or elsewhere between Sicknick's death and the charges against Caldwell.
And we move over to interesting news. Republican-led legislatures in dozens of states are moving to change election laws in ways that could make it harder to vote. Many proposals explicitly respond to the 2020 election. Lawmakers cite public concerns about election security, concerns generated by disinformation that then-President Donald Trump spread while trying to overturn the election. The Brennan Center, a nonprofit that tracks voting laws, says that 43 states, including key swing states, are considering 253 bills that would raise barriers to voting, for example, by reducing early voting days or limiting access to voting by mail. Lawmakers in a different set of 43 states have proposed expanding voter access, but Republicans have prioritized new security requirements and shorter voting periods. In Georgia, which President Biden won by nearly 12,000 votes, legislatures are considering multiple bills to restrict voting. The most significant, House Bill 531, is before a committee chaired by Republican Representative Barry Fleming. He said Democrat Stacey Abrams campaigned to expand voter access after losing a governor's race in 2018, and now Republicans want their own changes. The bill is an attempt to restore the confidence of our public, he said, because there has been controversy regarding our election system. That controversy had no basis in fact. Audits and recounts confirmed the accuracy of the vote count in Georgia, and lawsuits there and in other states by the Trump campaign and allies failed to show otherwise. But Trump sought to discredit the vote and even asked Georgia's Secretary of State to change the vote totals. Now, Georgia lawmakers are moving to repair a system that was not shown to be broken. The latest amended version of the HB 531 would instruct Georgia counties to hold no more than 17 days of early voting. Populous counties held more than that in 2020. Republicans say they want to make voting rules uniform across the state, 159 counties.
Police in the Bronx need help reuniting a 4-year-old girl with her family. They say the child was found alone in Melrose on Saturday, and she says her name is Tadea. She was taken to an Erie hospital for evaluation and was listed in good condition. Investigators say 10 minutes before she was found, surveillance cameras showed she was in the company of a woman. The woman is described to be in her 20s, about 5 feet 2 inches tall, and with a thin belt. Anyone with information is asked to contact the police. They gave a number here at 800-577-TIPS.
Okay. 1 year after the mysterious disappearance of the 23-year-old visually impaired University of the West Indies student, her family remains optimistic that she will return home and use them again. Speaking with the Jamaica Observer on Friday, Dean's father, Lloyd Dean, said he especially will not give up the desperate struggle to know what happened to his daughter, who he said was like his best friend and who was last seen on February 27, 2020. Quote, "Are things them there because we no plan fi dash them way? We have to really see what go on before we do nothing. Once you no see a dead body, anything can happen. We no plan fi dismantle our things them. We put them one side and pat them up. More time the smaller daughters them will use them." A still distraught but optimistic Lloyd Dean said with a sulky face. For her birthday on November 28 last year, the family held a party for the young woman. Since there has been no evidence that she's dead, the members are operating under the assumption she is still alive. Until they find her, her father will carry on his campaign. He told the Sunday Observer that he disapproves of how the law has dealt with two men, 40-year-old Tamar Henry of Bull Bay, St. Andrew, and 36-year-old Gregor Wright, who were arrested in April last year in connection with Jasmine's disappearance after being found in possession of her identification and other items belonging to her. In December last year, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson said the investigation into Jasmine's disappearance was ongoing and may take more than a year afterwards for additional charges to be laid against the two, for example, a charge like murder. Both were previously charged with illegal possession of identity information, 8 counts of unauthorized access to computer data, and simple larceny. Henry was also charged for breaches under the Dangerous Drug Act. Quote, "Me no care about it being unhealthy for me. Me have to do what me have to do. If we did find our body, we wouldn't keep no party. We would still a hope for the best even though we expect the worst. The law need to cover the country better. Only time a man get catch is when him touch a big people family. You wouldn't see it just go so. Them would get justice same time and would know where to find them. As long as me live and me no see her, me a go look for her every day, and me will keep anything for her same way. Me goodly cook up all pot for her," unquote, he said. 1 year after it coming like me should find her already. My other children get flat and don't even want talk about it no more. Them no want hear nothing, especially the big girl. Me still a try keep up the thing because me still want find her. Me can't rest. We can't feel good. From them have 2 man. that we should get something more out of this already. It's not like you no find nothing. It just a stress me out more and more. The longer it takes, it get worse for me. But me can't stop. Lloydine shared with the Sunday Observer that the mother of all his 4 children died 13 years ago, and he would have loved to still have her by his side to help in the search for Jasmine. He said if she were around, he wouldn't be bearing all the blame of not knowing where his daughter is. Quote, if somebody else did there with me, it would be different. But me alone and me can't find her and it worry me star. Me have to try keep up me thing because the rest of the youth them have to live. Me just wait for see because we can happen. One thing with Jasmine, she always a check up on me. She coming like more than a best friend. She always asks, Daddy, you all right? She knows that sometimes me take me last and give to them. So when she asks me that, it coming like it a give me strength. Enough things me miss about her, Lloydine stated.
And finally, from my end, police reportedly upset because of light sentence for alleged gangster. There's anger in sections of law enforcement this afternoon following the move by the court to sentence an alleged gangster to 9 months in prison after he was found guilty of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The convict, Jamar Bartley, was sentenced in the St. Anne's Bay Parish Court. Police sources say Bartlett is believed to be a member of the feared Hollywood gang, which operates in St. Anne and its environs. Bartley is otherwise known as Catty. He will only spend an additional month in prison because he was first detained and remanded 8 months ago. Bartley is from an area of Steertown, St. Anne, which is known as Hollywood. He's been on the radar of the police for several years in connection with several murders and shootings allegedly committed by the gang. He was charged in July 2020 for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Bartley was arrested and charged after he was pursued and intercepted by members of a joint police military operation and found in possession of a loaded illegal gun. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to under a year in prison. It's understood that the perceived light sentence is not being well received by members of the JCF, who are lamenting the seriousness nature of gun crimes in Jamaica, the short space of time within which some gangsters are allowed to return to the streets.
And finally, the police are investigating a double murder in Central Village, St. Catherine last night. The victims have been identified as 23-year-old Javon Nugent, otherwise known as Spitty, a construction worker, and Kevon Tulloh, whose age was not given, both of Central Village. The police say the men were killed about 9:27 p.m. on Saturday by a group of men armed with high-powered weapons who pounced on Nugent and Tulloh while they were in the yard of a premises. The men opened fire, injuring 2 men. Residents who had heard of the explosions called the police. The injured men were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. This has been Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Good afternoon to everyone tuning in with us. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. And don't forget, you have the opportunity to call us and let us know if there is a headline that piqued your interest and that you'd like to share your comments on. So don't forget to call us, 914-600-4228. We are moving over to Community Life. But again, if you've heard of a headline that you'd like to talk about, don't hesitate to call 914-600-4228. Chris, will be a lot going on in the news. A lot happened over the weekend. In particular,
Yes, absolutely.
yes, in particular on Saturday evening, I watched the Jasmine Dean documentary that was produced. So well done by Nationwide News Network in Jamaica. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to see it. I heard about
Yes.
it and I saw the headlines and stuff, but I haven't gotten a chance to
To
watch it
watch
yet.
it yet, but it was.
But I have it. I have it saved to
Mhm.
watch when I get a chance.
Yes, but it was well executed. And, there's a big difference in reading a headline as opposed to seeing a live interview and to see the emotions, hear the cry, feel the pain of those adversely affected when something horrible goes wrong. And that's what we saw in that documentary. And there is also something that I've always remembered, likened to this. There was a young woman, her name was Claudia Kirchhoff, who she had traveled to Jamaica. She was from Cuba. She was from Havana, Cuba. Every time my aunt and I talk about that. And she has been missing since May 27 of 2000. Missing from Negril. And they had her classification as endangered missing. And to this day, as of today, nobody know where she went. The woman just disappeared from the island. She was an assistant editor for Fromner's Travel Guides in New York City. And she had flown down to Montego Bay with 3 other travel journalists on that particular day. And they were scheduled to fly to Havana, but they learned they would not be allowed to enter into Cuba. All flights back to New York were booked through June 1, and she was rerouted to Sandals Beach's resort in Negril, Jamaica, with another travel writer. And to say the woman just disappeared. I can't go into the full details. I always remember her. As of this day, nobody knows where she is. And a year now, February 27, 2020, and not a word out about Jasmine Deans, young girl, visually impaired, who lived in Jamaica, was attending the University of the West Indies. But what struck me, before we move on, because we must, what struck me was her brother mentioned that they kept calling her at one point, then they couldn't get her. Then finally she called back and said she was all right, she in a taxi. But he said it didn't even dawn on him, but he thought he heard like rooster or crowing in the background, which if she's en route home, he would not have been hearing nothing like that.
Right.
That is what dawned on me in that interview, that nothing more. At that point, she didn't even realize that she was off route, and whomever had taken her someplace. I'm only praying that they just abducted her and have her. Truth be told, in the back of your mind, maybe she's already dead. You don't like call the word, but not a peep. They have scoured the parish. And the 2 men that are in question, that's another matter, because again, they go back to evidence and tracing, and why it is those 2 men were not really, to this day, officially charged. I mean, they charged them with stuff, but nothing else.
No.
What can we say? So we pray for the family and all the families who are losing people. I mean, death is what it is. It's death. And it doesn't matter where. People who just lose people because other people think they have the right to just snuff your life out of you. So we're asking now, because recently it was raised, right, in a previous discussion we were having about the kinds of atrocities that are meted out to people, the crimes that people commit, and the judgments that are handed down for these crimes. And the public's outcry, outrage, is that some of these judges are just not doing a good job in Jamaica. That's what's on our table. But we are asking if it's the judge's discretion based on their research and their facts and the clauses and, all these things that they look for. Those kinds of research that they have to do and how they make their analysis. That sometimes a murder is committed and, they don't get anything much. Just some little slap, we call it, on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist, yep.
Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chris, before I do read an opening statement, your comments before we start?
Yeah, it's very, very tragic, the situation with Jasmine Dean. And, unfortunately, we live in a world, a very cruel world, where people just do bad things. Yeah, and I know that we have people who are very optimistic and keeping their fingers crossed, but at this time, I suspect that most people are fearing the worst, unfortunately, because it has been so long, so that, but, we wish the family all the best and, may they find closure at some point. It's very, very hard when there is no definite proof of one way or the other. It's very hard to find closure. You didn't get a body to bury. You have no idea what happened. It's like the person just disappeared. They're here one day and then the next day they're totally gone and disappear without a trace, So it just leave that hanging, that feeling of loss. So we empathize and sympathize with the family.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. We invite you to call 914-600-4228. Let's see the calls start coming in. What are your concerns about the crimes that are committed in Jamaica and the sentencing that is handed down to these offenders? Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. I take you back to, let me read something for you that I found very interesting. Now, this is in the Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, Criminal Appeal number 57 in 2015. And this was before the Honorable Miss Justice Phillips, J.A., the Honorable Mr. Justice Brooks, J.A., the Honorable Miss Justice Edwards, J.A., A.G. Okay? Lindell Howell versus R. And this was Ian Wilkinson, QC, and Lenroy Stewart for the appellant. Mrs. Karen Seymour Johnson for the Crown. I'm just going to read a portion of it for you to introduce how judges actually analyze cases when they happen. But when I read the nature of the case, the crime that was, well, it didn't turn out into a crime. It was an intention. It was an act that could have resulted in murder, but luckily it didn't happen. I'll read a snippet of it for you. Brooks J.A. 1. Mr. Lindell Howell on 17 July 2015 pleaded guilty to the offense of arson. He had set fire to the dwelling house of Mrs. Monica Bailey Smith while she and other persons were inside the building. That was on 13 June 2013. The learned sentencing judge ordered him to serve 18 years imprisonment at hard labor. That was in the Circuit Court for the parish of St. Mary in July 2015. There is some uncertainty on the record as to whether it was 23 or 24 July 2015. The earlier date will be used to give Mr. Howell the benefit of the doubt. Mr. Howell's application for permission to appeal against the sentence was granted by a single judge of this court. Number 2, the case, as revealed by the material before this court, was that Mr. Howell, who was 59 years old at the time of the offense, had a cordial relationship with Mrs. Bailey Smith. It seems that they did many favors for each other. Their relationship even caused Mrs. Bailey Smith's husband to accuse Mr. Howell of having an affair with Mrs. Bailey Smith. 3. On 12 June 2013, Mr. Howell confessed to Mrs. Bailey Smith that he had a romantic attraction toward her. She, however, expressed disinterest in such a situation. The following night, after she and the other occupants of her house had turned in, Mr. Howell blocked the doors to her house with wood in order to prevent an exit and set the house afire. Fortunately, the occupants escaped unhurt. Mrs. Bailey Smith fled the building through a window. Number 4. On 14 June 2013, the police accosted Mr. Howell and he admitted having set the house afire. He accused Mrs. Bailey Smith of having used him and having people laugh at him. Number 5. There was no explanation for the extended time that it took for the case to be committed to the circuit court. Mr. Howell was in custody during the entire period. A social inquiry report into Mr. Howell's character and circumstances showed that he was industrious. The community was, however, not sympathetic toward him. In fact, his house had been burned after his arrest for this offense. The report indicated that Mr. Howell seemed to have tried to justify his offense. He made vicious allegations against Mrs. Bailey Smith. The probation officer who prepared the report stated that Mr. Howell did not seem to express remorse. In the sentencing exercise, it was revealed that Mr. Howell had 3 previous convictions for violence, but the learned sentencing judge did not take them into account because of the length of time that had elapsed since the last one. He did take into account, however, that Mr. Howell had expressed a reason for setting the house afire. The learned sentencing judge, in assessing the appropriate sentence, considered the antecedents, the social inquiry report, defense counsel's submissions on behalf of Mr. Howell, the time Mr. Howell spent in custody, and the guilty plea. The learned sentencing judge was of the view that Mr. Howell was not genuinely remorseful. That seemed to be a factor that was influential in the sentence. In this appeal, Mr. Wilkinson QC submitted on behalf of Mr. Howell that the sentence was manifestly excessive. He argued that the learned sentencing judge did not give sufficient weight to the fact that Mr. Howell had pleaded guilty, failed to recognize that the plea of guilt was an indication of remorse, and failed to demonstrate that he had given Mr. Howell full credit for the time he had spent in custody. And it goes on and on. Now, what I took away from this, which is why I went on a little research, Chris, is that this Mr. Howell had all intentions to murder Mrs. Bailey Smith because he felt that she did not return, right? His intentions, his affection. And so his intention was to murder the people in the house. Fortunately, it didn't happen. But the judge, as you heard, gave 18 years and felt that he was not expressing any remorse. And also the fact that the community wasn't even sympathetic and that he had that a temerity to do them kind of stuff, to be just violent, that kind of.
Yeah.
But his defense felt that, what was handed down, they didn't agree with it. So that's why we are asking, when we have heard, because if you ask me, if this had gone the way he intended it to, it would have been a whole new dynamic here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It would have been.
And, this is what goes on in the court. There's a back and forth, and a lot of times the judges, they know the lawyers.
Right.
These lawyers and the judges, they go back and forth on a daily basis. And so it is almost like family. So when they are representing a murderer or whomever they are representing, I get the feeling that some of these judges, they don't look at the crime, to be honest with you. I really can't believe that they really look at the crime. Because some of the sentencing just do not fit the crime.
So let's
and I have
finish your thought. We have a call holding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have heard police officers talk about the same thing for years. And I'm now seeing it coming home to roost, where they are saying that a lot of people give them the blame, but they're saying that oftentimes they present a case before the court, they do their job, but at the end of it, it is left to the judges. And a lot of times, the judges are the ones who are failing the country. But most people, we don't see that. We see it as the police and the government. People are not looking, for some reason, they are not looking at the Justice Department, the judges, and the lawyers, who are getting big money to represent these guys and getting them off. So I believe that we need a complete overhaul of the justice system in Jamaica.
All right. Thank you. We'll follow up with your thought in a minute. We have a caller online. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know. Hello. Hello. Okay. We're not hearing them, Chris, so let's continue. Now, I also found sentencing guidelines for use by judges of the Supreme Court of Jamaica and the parish courts. And there are 16 guidelines here. You have the objectives of sentencing, the need for adequate pre-sentence information, non-custodial sentencing options, statutory maximum sentences, prescribed minimum sentences, the sentencing process, the starting point, aggravating factors, mitigating factors, the effect of a guilty plea, time spent on remand, concurrent or consecutive sentences, advanced sentence indications. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Hold your thought a moment, please. Good afternoon. Hold on a minute. Then you have mitigating factors, the effect of a guilty plea, time spent on remand, etc., advanced sentence indications, sentencing in cases involving mentally disordered offenders, giving reasons, and conclusion, which I will just read a snippet of each if we have the time, just to bring, an awareness to us and to our listening and viewing audience. Welcome. How are you today?
Not too bad. Good afternoon, Mr. Willoughby.
Good afternoon to you, madam. How are you?
Not too bad today. Better than last week. Lady D, these two, that with the gentleman who had 4 children. I don't know if that one is Jasmine's dad, and the other one that they kidnapped, and nobody give them the right to kill. But if the relatives had gotten their bodies and to put them down somewhere, you would feel a little better.
That is what the father is
because
saying.
They would say, yes, this has just been grave over here, or the other lady. It's so troubling.
Yes,
you wonder.
Yes.
How people can live like this and go on with their lives and know that they did that to some other family. They're inhuman. They're not human. They don't have any heart.
Yes, it's well,
they don't have any heart. The one is a journalist or something like that, and the one that the dad has the 4 girls, I think.
Yes.
These crimes are heartrending.
They are, and frightening.
Yeah, you see their grave over there, and you will groan and moan and cry, but at least you put them down somewhere to rest, and you will feel better, a little better.
Yes.
With yourself.
Thank you,
and thanks for bringing us those wonderful headlines week after week and informing us. Thank you both for doing such a wonderful job.
Thank you. Bless you too.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Chris.
You're welcome.
In the objectives of sentencing, it reads 1.1. Sentencing is a complex process. It inevitably involves the application of a variety of factors, sometimes seemingly in contradiction to each other. It has therefore often been said that the process of arriving at the appropriate sentence is an art and not an exact science. Such a sentence cannot be determined by any strict mathematical formula, but involves the fine balancing of a myriad of considerations. 1.2. In every case, it is the duty of the sentencing judge to strive to arrive at a just sentence. This will usually involve the application of the generally accepted principles of sentencing against the background of the nature and seriousness of the offense, the circumstances surrounding its commission, and the personal circumstances of the offender. And it continues, and it's quite an interesting read. I was going through it, bringing myself in the know. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to Keeping You in the Know.
Good afternoon, Lady D, and to Chris, how are you?
Madam Pat.
Good afternoon,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am.
How are you? Good to hear your voice.
I am truly, truly blessed.
Wonderful.
I apologize for being so late. I'm sitting in the kitchen and my back is turned towards the stove and the clock, and I was watching something on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm saying to myself, what time is it? Then I looked, it was 5 minutes to 6. I said, oh, Lord, I'm late. But anyway.
That's all right. By the way.
Here I am, better late than never.
Yes, by the way.
Absolutely.
Chris,
I was about to say that.
You ever hear people cooking and turn their back to the stove? Don't you watch the stove?
No, I wasn't cooking. No. I'm just sitting in the kitchen where the light is much, much brighter.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here watching on my YouTube, and I said, oh my God, I look on the tablet and it says 5 minutes to 6. I said, oh, no, I'm late for class. I better jump on the bandwagon.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, well, the topics of discussion, I could take them all. But I'm going to challenge, the topic with the man who lost his daughter, whose daughter is missing. And it is just so sad because, you know, as Sister Gloria says, when you there is tragedy and you have a grave, at least, you know, you get some kind of closure. But for your loved one to just up and disappear and there's no word, no lead, no nothing, that's very sad. That's very devastating. And it seems to happen a lot, you know, where young, beautiful, especially beautiful women in Jamaica, they seem to be abducted. Now, I'm going to use the word alleged. It is alleged that some of these women, they have been kidnapped by these guys, and they are taken up in the hills to convert them to whatever it is. I don't know if what I'm saying is true, but this is what I've heard. And so, you know, if these women are alive, you know, I guess they have no way of leaving the compound where they are. They are still under the tutelage of whomever kidnapped them. But it must be very sad for that poor man. You know, his daughter, she had a disability, a vision disability. And for them to just take advantage of that young lady like that, it just kind of breaks my heart. It tears me up to know that, you know, you're not safe. I mean, I don't know what it is with these people in Jamaica. I don't know what it is, why they are behaving, and it seems to be getting worse. There is no relief inside. And another thing, you know, you're touching on the judges, who I believe some of the judges are married to the lawyers. They are in league with the crimes. But, Lady D, it's just so frustrating. You know, I have no solution as to what's going on. But I just hope and pray. I don't have too many relatives in Jamaica, but I do have a handful. And I just don't want to hear anything bad happens to them. And it upsets me when I hear of anything bad that happens to other people, family members, because it breaks me down too, you know? We are our brothers and sisters' keepers, so it really affects me.
Thank you, Pat.
But anyway, Lady D, it's getting late, so I just want to say thank you for the opportunity of coming on this platform to just say what I have to say, and wish everyone a wonderful evening, and you get home safe. So long, Chris.
Thank you very much, Pat.
You're welcome.
Lady D.
Yes, sir.
I just want to take this time out to say good evening to those listening in on Caribbean Vibes Radio and on the Facebook page, Caribbean Vibes Radio Facebook page, and YouTube. I'm broadcasting there. Juliet Rose, my sister, she says here, Lady D, it is also alleged that these women are trafficked into sex. I also want to say good evening to Veronica Chambers and Yvette Wilby, my beautiful wife, of course. Listening in on.
You're me teasing you over here, Chris. Hey, Yvette. Okay, yes. But yes, a lot of that takes place as well. Who knows what has happened to Jasmine? But I'm sure that was a frightening thing. And if the end result is that the three people who they have questioned to date, the cab driver and the two men, one had her phone, so that is what also sparked a lot of concerns, you know, as to then if you have her phone, you must know what happened to her. Let's take a call. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know.
Hi, good evening. Who don't have wife or bad?
Chris, you hear the comment here?
What was that? Is that DL?
DL, brother. And hear the opening comment.
What was that? I missed it. What?
Who don't have wife or bat?
Oh, listen, boss.
Let alone wife.
I don't know what you know, deal, but I have to move to what I got to.
You better just leave the dog out.
Oh, Lordy.
You know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, let me ask you, give me some clarity here. How many young women is this story missing? One or two?
No, one. One as at to this year is a year. I made reference to one who had disappeared back in 2000.
Okay. So this one is missing. Is she a foreigner?
In 2000?
No, the one in question now.
No, Jasmine Dean. No, she's Jamaican.
Oh.
Yeah, she's Jamaican. She was from St. Thomas and she went to school at the University of the West Indies. So she commuted
That's
every
good.
day. You know, people know her. And like most disabled people, she's visually impaired. And, you know, people would ensure, father would ensure that he would go meet her, as we would say, pathway kind of thing. Or she commutes home back and forth every day. So, you know, there's a pattern. And the moment her sister realized that it was getting late and they didn't see her, they started to call. And they weren't getting her. Then finally she responded and said she's all right and that she was in a taxi. And then but the brother had said that when they did talk to her, he heard like a rooster crowing or something in the background. But he didn't pay that any mind. But it appears it's unusual because if she's commuting in a cab, unless the cab stops, the taxi stops someplace or so, you know, you're going to hear rooster crowing kind of thing. So maybe it was at that time. And she don't know where she going, you know, she not seeing.
Let me ask a question.
Boy, the thing just hard.
When her brother was speaking to her, obviously he was speaking to her on a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to do things in Jamaica, but here in America, of course, you know, they can pick up from where the cell phone is used on the towers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
So they did trace, you know.
The cells should have that. Well, the police can do that. They can pick up with the thing and where the last call was made, which cell tower bounces off and those kind of stuff.
So they did find.
I don't know if they're that sophisticated in Jamaica. I know what you're talking about there.
I think they're getting there or almost there because they were able to trace the phone. I encourage everyone to go to the YouTube channel or on the Nationwide News Network. Go there. You just type in Jasmine Dean. It will pop up on the Nationwide and watch it. You will garner so much more information than we actually read.
Yeah.
Yes, because
that's true.
Yeah, you'll garner so much more.
It is just so disgusting. I hope whoever it is that if it's a kidnap, whoever it is kidnapper just.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because even her boyfriend got concerned. So by then, you know, the entire family, but you know, you can't report a person missing until it's 24 hours. So they weren't able to do that, but they even walked her sister and I think it was the boyfriend who drove, you know, to town all over looking to, I mean, they looked and then they exhausted the night and reported it the following day. And that's when the news broke, when we heard it last year. Chairman, you wonder, so what you want what you want with her now? Girl aspiring, boy, me telling you. And now, you know, it impacts you even, because I'm telling you, I watch it and I water run out my eye. I'm not lying.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch it because
go watch it.
It pop up on my phone from Nationwide.
Yes.
And I was here a little bit this morning, but I've read that. But it's just so disgusting, very Aunt Wendy, you know, when you first meet all these people,
Yes.
crazy stuff that they go on with.
But
All right.
Thank you, DL. Good to hear you.
You're welcome.
But this
good to see you, DL.
Thank you too.
Yeah.
Lady D, you know, I think just theorizing, you know, I am wondering if they had abducted her, probably to rape her or something like that. And then things got out of hand, and then people start realizing that, look, this is serious and, you know, whatnot. And then they decide to do the worst. Because, you know, a visually impaired person, you know, why would you just decide that you're going to
that may say
get rid of that person?
because
you know?
she take the taxi from, you know, the gate at school, and, you know, she commute to go take her bus to go home. I don't know, but you know, believe you me, we read it. You and I read it on this station. We read it when the news broke. It came up in our headlines, and we discussed it from the angle that we are hoping she would be found. But then we realized it got worse, and she was not found. Little did I realize it was a year to the 27th of February. But Nationwide, I commend Cliff Hughes and his team at Nationwide for being so vigilant and trying to keep these kinds of cases. And you can't even call it a cold case because, you know,
it's still active.
It's still active.
I mean, it's been a year, and they still have it down as a missing person.
Yes, because.
But I suspect it's going to move to a different phase right now.
But can I tell you, the same case I referred to back in 2000, I never forgot it. Claudia, her name, she had planned to stay at the resort until more flights came in, right? Back to the U.S. And she was last seen by a Sandals Beaches Resort lifeguard as she walked along the beach later that afternoon. So the lifeguard claimed he saw her walking, and she has never been heard from again. And so her parents had, you know, gotten concerned when they failed to contact her by the 2nd of June. So this was all in May now, you know. And by June, they called from Frommer's Travel Guides offices in New York City and learned that she never returned to work. So, of course, you know, she don't live with her parents, right? This is a grown young woman. So they figure she'd go do her business, travel, come back, and life continues. And, I mean, that was it. Her passport, return plane ticket, 180 US, cash, credit card, ATM cards, camera, everything were right in her room as she left it. So these things, and the lifeguard was the last person. He says he saw her walking on the beach. We don't know if she went swimming. I think they had gone and, you know, had divers going on the not a fly. And to date, the woman, that's it.
Yeah.
So these things, I tell you. But we just believe that, you know, and I believe, that, you know, our judicial system in Jamaica, things are going to change. Judges are going to have to go through a process of how they hand down sentences, and even the cases that we identified and others that are presently in the news, you know.
Yes, Lady D. You know, and there is, I don't think that there is the political will to, you know, because these things, they take strong leadership. And I really don't believe that Jamaica has that strong leadership to face the challenge that we have right now. You know, we need somebody who is going to push for stronger sentencing, because I think that is where we're falling down right now. You know, person is found with a gun, you automatically give them 25 years an illegal firearm, because the crime is getting out of control where the gun is concerned. You know, so they have to have stronger sentencing where that is concerned.
Yes.
You know, and I am very, very hopeful that we start to move in that direction.
It is 7 o'clock. We end our segment this afternoon of Keeping You in the Know and Community Life. We hope that we were able to bring you in the know about some really serious concerns that we have in Jamaica. Chris?
Yes. Yes, Lady D, and we are outside of Jamaica, but we are Jamaicans, and whatever issues affect Jamaica, it affects us. So we will continue to be vigilant, and we will continue the dialogue, because we want to see a bigger, better, and stronger Jamaica.
Yes, thanks to our audience on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, on the YouTube channel, as well as on the Facebook page, and to our YouTubers on Inside the Zone with Lady D. We thank you for joining us this afternoon and keeping our company here with your comments online. And to those who called in, made us laugh, and had an input into our discussion, we really appreciate you. I'll be back on Thursday with Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect, and I do have some interesting guests coming up on Center Stage. Like my Facebook page, and you'll see all that's going on once I post my banners with my guests and so on. This coming Saturday at 7 p.m., I go live not from the radio station, but from my YouTube Live and Facebook Live with Gifted Fingers Touching Lives. I have two guests. Glenn Johnson will be returning, and Anthony Hutton. Anthony is a master bassist. He's clipper at the bass guitar, and so I'll be interviewing them live while they play their instruments. So good things are happening out of Inside the Zone at 7 p.m. this coming Saturday. Like the YouTube channel page, go subscribe, and once it pops up at 7 p.m., you'll be able to enjoy that segment that I have coming up. Blessings on to you, Chris Welbay.
Yes, Lady D, Denise Gomez. Blessings, everyone. Good evening, and blessings to everyone listening in on Caribbean Vibes Radio and on the Facebook page. Have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you next week, same time, same place.
Take it
God
easy. All righty. That was Chris Welby, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do. All righty. So thank you so much for joining me. And again, you know, it's Women's Month, so a lot's going to be happening on the show here for our women. And, you know, it's my Artist Third Monday, so I had Chris Martin, because it's a big deal here on the show.
I can't believe the man come take shortcut and come brought down the camera.
I like that part. All right, ladies and gentlemen, but gotta go. And thank you so much for sticking and staying with me to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Everyone, I appreciate you. A lot of love and blessings. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Blessings, everybody. Mwah. I'm out of here.
Don't let nobody steal your joy. No, sir. Life is too beautiful, my friend. Hold up your head and come again.
Don't let nobody drain your energy. Life can get lonely, but sometimes you don't need nobody.
People gonna say all kind of things about you, but you not pay them. Don't you pay them no mind.
Station. Number one radio station.